Well, continuing to track the impact of the floods in KZN for us are Jade, Paulse and Mlondi Radebe. They're standing by to give us an update. Let's start with you, Jade. Tell us what's happening where you are.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Nompu. And as Durban, eThekwini and some parts of KwaZulu-Natal that have been affected by the devastating floods continue with mop-up operations such as businesses, communities living in low-lying areas that are affected, like Lamontville, where we are now. Many that are displaced have also been moved to centres, to halls to be housed. And where we are right now, I am with a family who has lost everything. I'm with a family who has lost 3 children. Joining me right now is Lulama Dingiswayo, as well as her daughter Pakama Dingiswayo, just to speak to them about the ordeal, their loss, and also the arrangements that need to be underway with regards to funeral arrangements. I think I'll start with you, Mama Lulama. Thank you so much for joining us and for speaking to us, and our sincere condolences for your loss of your 2 children. If you can just take us through what transpired. We've been hearing different stories from different people, and I just want to give you a voice to share your story when you were with your children on the night that they were washed away.
Yes, it was Tuesday night, about 10 o'clock. The rain started. Then it was raining, and was sleeping. All the people were sleeping in the house. Then we had the knock on the doors. They must come out because the rain is coming in the house. All people must go out. And they shout it about 12 o'clock. And we wake up. Then waking all the people was in the house. Then the 3 child go out. Then we just found some document, and we don't know if the rain going to come fast. Then we tried to go outside. The door was locked. Doesn't want to open. Yes. Then we keep trying, like we can't go out. Then we just sit in the house because no choice. Then we go out. When the rain, so we found of the children water under don't know what's all that I know. Yes.
How old were your children, Mama?
One of the children is 17 years, and then it's 11 years. Yes.
Okay. I just want to bring you, Pakama, into the conversation. I know that you lost your 6-year-old daughter in the floods, and I know that you as a family have decided not to leave your home because you first want funeral arrangements to be conducted. Just talk to us about that.
About the arrangements, or why we're not leaving now?
Yeah.
Okay. No, like, we can't leave now because, like, we're still expecting family members to come and friends also. So, like, we can't leave it. Like, we need to be here until we move to Eastern Cape, where we'll do funeral services. So, like, we can't leave because, like, we need to be in a space like this. Like, we need to be here home. Like, we can't be in an environment like that is chaotic or with a lot of people. Like, we want to grieve our loved ones in peace. Like, so we need to remain here. We can see, like, some people are moving, but now, like, we can't, and they need to respect that because we need to grieve for our loved ones. Yes.
And as we're conducting this interview, I can see a lot of people are packing up their belongings and going to shelters. Nompu, we actually could see people carrying out their blankets and their bedding and just gathering their families and leaving to one of the halls, Bayview Hall in Chatsworth. Have you got any plans at all to leave once funeral arrangements have been concluded?
Oh yeah, like we haven't sat with our relatives to discuss like funeral arrangements, but I think by next week maybe we'll be ready to move to Eastern Cape because like we still need to, like my sister's teachers were here earlier on, like they requested like for what you call, to have a ceremony like at school, they like to say about their last goodbyes, you know. So like we concluded with Wednesday next week. So like since we haven't sat down and talked with our relatives, we haven't concluded actually. So like if maybe there are changes or anything like that, then we'll change. But like we're moving like to Isakep next week, early next week, because like we need to be there before weekend, next weekend. So yeah, like we'll still be here for some days, for a few days.
I know that you study in Cape Town, and then you just graduated. And did you come down when you heard that your daughter was washed away, or were you in the province at the time?
When I received my mom's call, I think it was 6 in the morning. Like I was preparing to go to attend my classes. So like I received a call from mom, like she was in tears, like she was crying. And she told me that I should pack and come back and return home. And I asked her what's happening. Like she told me like my siblings and my daughter went missing. There were floods and stuff. So like I panicked, and she didn't tell me the whole story, like that they were found dead and all that. She just told me that they went missing. So like I wasn't sure what was happening back then. So like I had to book a flight and come like as quickly as I would. So when I came here, I had that little hope that maybe I would find them alive, of course. And when I came, like when I arrived, they were meeting by that side, and I panicked. I went there, and like some of our neighbors, they took me and we came inside. She told me that I shouldn't be here, I should be here with my mom. And when I came in, there were like some people sitting here, and my mom was sitting like this on this mattress. And that I knew like something was wrong, because like if I find her on a mattress, like it's when like maybe they lost their family member. So like I just knew, like the child, I just knew. But they lied to me. Maybe I think they were just protecting me, I don't know. Then that's when I find out. Like I asked for my daughter. Like the first thing I did, like the first person I asked was my daughter. Like I wanted to see her. Like that where was she? Then like unfortunately she wasn't here. Like maybe she was already took to a mortuary, I don't know. I like haven't seen them ever since I came, but I was told they were gone. So it's like that. And what hurts me the most is that a few days ago, like it was my daughter's birthday on the 12th of February. She was turning 6 years, and I was away. Like I wasn't here. Like and it was her first birthday with not me here. So like I promised her, like I called her on her birthday and promised her that I'll come back, Nana, and we'll go out and celebrate her birthday when I'm back. Only to find out like she's no more. So that's.
Thank you so much for talking to us and sharing your stories, and our hearts go out to the both of you, and our sincere condolences. And hopefully once you've buried your loved one, you can get some solace. Okay. That was the Dingiswayo family just sharing their ordeal with the devastating floods that ravaged parts of Lamontville here. They've lost 3 family members. Lulamo Dingiswayo lost 2 of her children, a sibling to Pakama as well. She also lost her 6-year-old. Just talking to us there about how painful the experience has been and how she had to come back home from Cape Town, where she studies, and has to now prepare for the funeral arrangements. Nompu, I think I'll leave it there and hand it to Mlondi Radebe. I'm told he's ready. Mlondi, what have you got on your side?
Thank you very much, Jail. We are here in Ilovu, south of Durban. Residents in this part of town also were badly affected by the floods yesterday. But I'll just speak to the resident, Joe Mompanza, who will briefly tell us about the issue they had in this part of town. Joe Moseba ngakhulu ngesikhathi sakho mhlambe nje kafushane babumpanza masusichazele ukuthi izolo kwenzekeni ekseni njengoba siza ukuthi umgwaqo uye wavodloka.
Awu izolo ekseni tathakuza ngicabe kula ko3 sizwe ngoba kuseduze kwami la ngizwe nje ngomsindo okhala ukuguduzela masiphuma mangiphuma eminyango ngiyabona hayi imoto iphosekile imgwaqo ufana wangena wavodla washona phansi naba nomakhena sibegijima enxa nabo bezumsindo lokade wenzeka kanti omunye omakhelwane wethu imoto iphoseke kanye ingene naye phansi emgodini.
Ngabe mhlambe baba kuyabonakala yini ukuthi yini eyenze ukuthi umgwaqo uzugcina ubhodloka kanje?
Into sesiyayibona lapha emgodini kusho ukuthi kunenkinga yeziphethu eziqhamuka phansi sinjoba izulu bekade linetha so leso siphethu leso isona bese sithi umgwaqo ngaphansi wagcina umgwaqo ungasekho umhlabathi so wasusuyavodloka ke so iyona leyo nto eyenza ukuthi kwenze kanjalo ukunetha kwemvula.
Mhlambe bangaka omakhelwane abaphazamisekile nokuthi mhlambe lesimo sokuvodloka kwalomgwaqo njengoba sibona ukuthi abakwazi ukuwela ngabe siphazamisa kanjani umphakathi walendawo?
Omakhelwane abaphazamisekile baningi kakhulu ikakhulu laba bangaphesheya ngoba kumanje banesimo sokuthi imoto evalelekile ngaphesheya uma ngabe befuna ukuya emsebenzini sefuna manje bezibegcine be requesta okunye kwethotho umakhelwane usebenzisa imoto vele emsebenzini uthi efuneka esebenze ngemoto imoto asakwazi ukuwela ngayo so nezingane ke kanjalo indaba zomalume sekuyinkinga nje nokuthi uthatheke nezingane ezesikoleni kunesimo esifana naleso.
Ngabe mhlambe kukhona umasipala osothe wakwenza noma othe uzozama ukuthi unilekelele ngako ukuzama ukuxazulula inkinga elibhekene nayo njengamanje?
Umasipala akukho sakwenzile kodwa sizamile ukuthinta umasipala uma ngabe kwenzeka into efana naleyo. Kwafika ikhansela lafike labuka nalo laselethi imigudu omningi esazolandelwa ukuze kulungiseke umgwaqo so lokho okusenza ukuthi mabe kushiwo kanjalo nathi njengomakhelwane siqale manje sibe novalo uma kuthiwa kuzothatha isikhathi eside ekubeni siphathi kwencindezi efana nalena ukuthi uzothatha imigudu lemigudu ukuthi ulungiseke umgwaqo kube leso simo nje esikanjalo.
So mhlamba abanikazi bemoto bebese phakathi emotweni bona basindile noma abazange balimala?
Abanikazi bemoto ngenhlanhla basindile noma ukhona othe ukuthinteka othe ukuthinta emqaleni sikwazileke ukuthi bephume sibikwazi ukubasiza njengomakhelwane sibasize ngosizo oluphuthumayo nathi kube kanjalo nje.
No siyabonga kakhulu baba wesikhathi sakho.
Ngibonga kakhulu nami.
There was a Jomo Mpanza, a resident in here in Ilovu B section south of Durban, telling us about the issue when yesterday morning a car basically plunged into this road because the road was already caved in when the driver was driving into this section of the road. And you could see that the residents that are living across this road now, their cars are stuck. They can't go to work. Also, they can't send their children to school. Now they had to hire the cars that will take them to work, or they must walk from home to this area so that they will be able to catch a taxi or a bus to work, or they will be able to get a lift from friends that are living around here. But fortunately enough, the driver and the passenger of the car that basically was stuck in this road, they were not injured, and they did not sustain any injuries during that time of the incident. And we will try and get hold of them so that we can also speak to them just to find out from them how did that happen, because we also understand that during that time there was load shedding, it was dark, it was raining, and maybe the driver couldn't see that the road had already caved in some parts of this road. Back to you in studio for now.
Thanks very much, my colleague there, Mlondi Radebe and Jade Paulse, earlier, telling us very sad stories and impacts that have occurred as a result of the floods in KZN. We're going to take a quick break. We'll have more news for you thereafter.